Hello, guys. Yo, thank you for the resub, Phi Hater 1234. What's good, Golem? How you doing today, bro? I'm a little sleepy today on this Wednesday, bro. What's good, Taco Gabe? Gabe me. Wear glasses. They're currently downstairs. I don't know if I like wearing them for stream or not, dude. I wear them all day, like when I write scripts and edit and stuff. But I think for the resub Bendoken, I could go wear them, but I don't know how I feel about them yet. I don't know how I feel about them yet. Also, what's good, fellas, on YouTube? I think Molodoy in number 6 makes sense. This makes sense to me. You could argue him being lower because he didn't perform at big events and playoffs, but he was so good this year even still. Yeah, was good, Happy Dog. Ranking is kind of weird. Molodoy is probably 6th best player, but whole last, yeah. No, I think this placement's fine. I think this placement's whatever. You hate coming back to school? That shit makes me so tired. I'm gonna be real, bro. After high school, I mean, depending on what you do, your life is either gonna get infinitely worse, or it can get infinitely better, depending on what you do with your life. Depending on what road you take. Like me today, I don't miss high school one bit, bro. Not one bit. I know a lot of people like get super nostalgic over it. I truly do not miss it at all. Should have been below K Serato. You know, I, on my personal list, had K Serato higher, but I get it. When I made that decision, I completely understood that, like, I would not be upset if Molodoy was higher. He was pretty damn good this year, overall. I missed the free food. I guess it depends what you're talking about. The food isn't actually really free. Your parents gotta spend hella bread for that stuff. But I know they do also sometimes give food away for free. For the I think it's supposed to be for, like, food stamps, but at least at my high school, they just gave that shit out to anyone, bro. They said, if you need this, take this. I have no idea how I'll lead my life. McDonald's. I mean, shit, bro. I keep seeing this picture of this motherfucker who worked up at McDonald's for 30 years and eventually became a whatever the fuck store manager. Wow, what a beautiful story. Anyways, guys, yeah, I think Molodoy placement's fine. Molodoy placement is whatever. He was good this year, man. He was good. You would have a free food program? Okay, that makes sense. The food in Denmark was fucking amazing. Dude, I'm gonna be real. The food in the US was gas, And then that motherfucker Michelle Obama said, you actually are all becoming 400 pounds and eating slop. But by God, it was good slop. Fuck. And then everything became healthy and it was ruined. But I get it, bro. We were becoming 8,000 pounds and the food was not good for you. Launders is a better top 20 on YouTube. I'm gonna be watching that because I saw his first 15 to 20 placement and I thought it was pretty good. I haven't seen his next 10 yet, so I'm gonna see that. We can yap for a little bit, then I'll watch this. And then I want to watch Why 30's Too Old. I was going to watch that the other day, but I didn't. Molodoy at 6 means Smooya has to be number 5. I'd be surprised if Smooya is in top 3, to be real with you. Also, bro, you're right. We kind of are still becoming 8,000 pounds. That didn't necessarily help us at all. But, like, I don't know, man. I do respect. I don't know. It's a whole issue, bro. It's a whole issue. I feel like it just comes down to a lot of people just being, I guess, not caring. It's sad. It's sad. Truly. Anyways. Did you guys see the Stown stuff? The Stown tweet? This shit was really sad. I had no idea this happened. I had no idea his brother passed away in 2021. Is that when he left Heroic? Or he left way later than that. He left in like what, 2023? Yeah, late 2023. 2020 was like in the middle of his Heroic stint. But no, I did not know that shit happened. That is actually very sad. That should be good. Oh, where do you guys think he goes? Come on, bruh. Come on. Poland. Do you know what Rops' dad? Yeah, I know about that whole situation as well. That's also very, very sad. A lot of very, very sad, a lot of sad Counter-Strike stories. Honestly. I think Stown's got to go back to tier 2, though. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of options in tier 2. He already tried playing with Cadian, surely, but he does not go to OG. Where could he go? You guys already got a player, supposedly. I feel like Gamer Legion could be a landing spot if anyone leaves. I wouldn't want any of the riflers to leave, but like if PR gets sniped by someone, I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't think Heroic are going to want to take him back. He should go help the Blame F. That is so true. Over on Big? Holy fuck, bro. Heroic need one? No. Heroic got theirs now. At least I'm pretty sure. They signed Susp. God. Susp is such a good-looking man. I want him to succeed. Yeah, they're good now. They got everyone they need. I mean, bro, BlameF kind of did it to himself. Like, maybe he didn't. Maybe Fnatic was the only option for him initially. But, like, fuck, man. I feel like there I don't know. I feel like there had to have been better options in Fnatic. Like, I don't think any team in the top 10 would want him. But surely there's, like, a team around here that would want him. I mean, if he went to Liquid, Liquid would ruin him, most likely. Who's going to be number 5? It's almost guaranteed going to be Shiro. It can't be anyone else besides Shiro. Apparently, BlameF stubbed his toe before the major, which is the only reason Fnatic didn't manage to win the event. Fuck, man. That is heartbreaking. I mean, dude, those stubbed toes, they're a big deal, okay? I get it. I get it. Fnatic ain't even that bad. Fnatic's pretty shit, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Fnatic is pretty shit. They're worse rated than Ho2. Worse rated than Imperial. I'm sorry, bro. If you're worse rated than Imperial, you need to pack it up. You need to pack it up. I need to piss. I'll be right back. Hood. Alright, guys, let's see what Launder's top 20 list looks like this year. I know he's not on the list, but from what we saw this year, where would you rank Brokey? Number 47. If it was my list, I'd put him number 47. So, basically, if you guys don't know, Launders does his own top... This shit got age restricted. That's tough. But yeah, no, so Launders did a list. Hopefully he goes over his 16 to 20, because I already saw his 16 to 20 list. If you guys want, we can look at his 16 to 20 list. I've already seen it though. So I'm just gonna go over it quickly.
What's popular YouTube and
Okay. So basically Launders does his own list, right?
team.
I think Launders list, I need to make a video about the HLTV top 20, because I genuinely think if they had people like Launders, HLTV analysts, multiple like casters and people from within the scene, along with coaches and players, all vote, like they do in the NFL, the top 20 list could be so good. I think it could be so perfect, and people can't get mad. Okay? People can't get mad about it.
Work and the utility.
Anyways, number 20
Coming in at number 20
is Wakadia. I actually fuck with the Wakadia number 20. I really like Wakadia number 20. I think he was really good this year. He was really, really good. He gets overlooked because Aurora wasn't great for a lot of the year, but he was damn near as good as Zantares was for a majority of this year, if not better at certain points, I feel like. That's the point of their ranking. They don't want it to be perfect. That's dumb as fuck, in my opinion. I get it's just like one company, but I just feel like that's so much better to like take a bunch. I don't know, just take a bunch of people's input on the situation. Like I don't understand why they wouldn't want it to be perfect. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Anyways, he does Wakadia.
So many greats come and go. You understand?
Nico at 19. A bit of a hot take. A bit of a hot take for Nico 19, but Nico did have a down year this year.
When we discuss
Ema, this is pretty close to what HLTV did.
Okay. On Gamer Legion, Mr. Firmhand.
Heavy God. This is why the list is better. I cannot believe Heavy God missed the HLTV list, dude. I'm still in shock. And then it's 16. He has Wonderful. This list is phenomenal so far. We move on to the next video. I haven't seen this next one yet. 15 to 11. Let's go.
Awesome. Welcome in for Coach Lau's top 20 of 2025. 6 years running now. 6 years. It's a special thing. Not many things have history, but as this game becomes more like a sport every single year, I want to ride that momentum and start creating things that have years to give. The list that runs alongside HLTV is not meant to copy it. This is just mine. It's meant to be obvious to me, these players. This is what I watched. And this is what I hope that you watched too. Love to know what you thought about the last video. If you missed it, make sure to go buy some Ace Zones with code Launders and then watch the video in no particular order. Right. It. I don't want to waste your time. Top 15 to 11. And we've got 2 more videos after that. I hope you enjoy it. Let's have some fun and celebrate some of the best players this year.
Who is number 15?
This might be the most interesting addition to the top 20 based on...
This is valid, I feel like. Twist, top 20 is valid in my mind. I didn't think he was going to make the HLTV list because I didn't think he was going to be there after he wasn't like one of the first 7. I did not think he's going to be number 11 that high in HLTV's list. But like just eye test wise, watching players play, I think Twist 15 is incredibly valid.
On what I've seen, and I would love to know what you think. For me, Twist this year starts off by playing on an incredibly dysfunctional Team Liquid, pulls a Freaky Friday with a Liege to get back on phase, and goes from putting up serviceable numbers on a team that doesn't really make sense to legitimately playing some of the best CS of his entire career. And that's coming from someone who watched all of 2019. And this was during the Budapest run.
I mean, he was really fucking good this entire year, man. I didn't think HLTV would put him on because he was on Liquid for most of the year, and Liquid were... But I think 15 is totally fair, especially with what he did on FaZe. You think for the follow, great baby, Lon 1.
Where we really saw it come together. If Twist continued on Team Liquid this year, it may have been a story of an overachiever on a weak lineup, but not someone who was actually...
Like Blame F on Fnatic. Twist and Blame F are one and the same. Consider this.
Increasing the meaningful wins. Something like a Cacerado in 2019 on Furia. But because he joined FaZe, he really justified exactly how good he appeared to look on Team Liquid, but on a team where his impact clearly brought more rounds. His style of play right now, where he slots into an aggressive position really quickly, waits for the perfect moment to strike, and has unparalleled...
Insane highlight, but we're down 7 to 12 versus NIP. Thank you for the follow, Munch151. This was a great highlight. We're down 7 to 12 against NIP. I mean, I cannot believe that FaZe made the finals of Budapest after looking this. I know Kerrigan has black magic, but I cannot believe the fucking turnaround. That FaZe made mid-tournament, bro. Oh my goodness. Watching on YouTube and Twitch, both messages on both. Yo, fucking W. That's like kind of... Is that like view botting? Either way, bro, I appreciate it. Thank you. You can't lose to 9 twice and almost make top 10. Listen, okay. I'm not saying Blame F should have made the top. Are we talking... Wait, are we talking about Twist? Or Blame F? Did Twist lose to 9 twice? Or are we talking about Blame F? Anyways, guys, I'm going to continue to glaze Blame F until I die just because he's jacked. And I'm sorry, okay? Maybe he's a baiter. I don't care. Bro's jacked. That's all I need to see.
Awareness of how he's going to swing, his crosshair placement, how much of his body is showing, and absolutely no fear in where he's waiting and how long he's going to wait is making him stand out a ton and making me wonder if he's actually going to have a second full peak in his career, which, when's the last time we've really seen that? Spinks is a story of career risks and...
Twist lost. I thought Alish played in Birch Cup. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought Alish played in the Birch Cup.
Somehow, massive consistency. My favorite thing about him is that he's improved every single lineup he's joined. That's the best compliment I can give anyone. Shout out to Stu.
Okay, Laundra's list is goated. Laundra's list is goated. I think 14 for Spinks is way more reasonable. I mean, he didn't get that much higher on the HLTV list, but I think this is exactly where I had Spinks on my list as well. Spinks was great this year, but I don't think he was... I don't know. I think 14 is a fair spot for him. Always easier to cheer for attractive people. It might sound gay, but it's true. I'm going to be real, bro. The looks maxing community has taken it way too far. But, like, they're not wrong, okay? They're not wrong that, like, looks do matter a lot, bro. Like, it is genuinely easier to cheer for people who are more conventionally attractive. Like, that's just how it is. That's just how we as human beings are. You don't gotta do bone smashing and all that shit, but, you know, eating well, sleeping well, working out are all very, very helpful.
And that's with Ents having no expectation. Vitality having massive expectation.
What are you watching, Garmer? Launder's top 20 list, because his top 20 list is kind of elite.
And Mouse being full-on doubted by yours truly. Leaving a team that goes on to put up the best year in CS this decade would definitely make me sour, especially considering he's had the chance to slow that down in the first half of the year, but Mouse could not beat Vitality. Exceptional runs from a guy who came from a team that switched IGLs, refined his roles, always finding ways to cheat timings, Spinks with the incredible court vision, and I never have many notes for him to be more effective. I think the only thing for him is he lacked somewhat in elimination games. They put a lot of emphasis on that, but just in about everything else.
Dude. Oh my god. Mouse and Spirit this year was such a good rivalry. It didn't feel like a rivalry because Mouse is unfortunately so auraless, nobody really cares. But like the Mouse Spirit series we got this year were absolutely incredible. I mean, my god. Like almost every series they played was cinema. Almost every single one.
He was the main reason why Mouse were relevant tournament contenders this year. He had 2 halves of the year, and in his role, he's one of the finest.
All right, who's number 13, Buster? Wait! Let me predict. Who does he have at number 13? Who's a good number 13? Do you guys think he has Kioske on this list or no? Don't spoil it if you've seen the video already. Who could be number 13? Surely he has Frozen higher. Surely he has... I guess Mezzi or Kyu. Or wait, maybe Zantaras as well. Zantaras, Mezzi, Kioske.
Speaking of comebacks, have any been greater than Yakinder's? Even though some might look at this
Okay,
as
it's Yakinder.
a
That's
second
fair.
peak
That's
of
fair.
his career, it's truly Yakinder's first year winning lands, and he won 3. Not only that, but he won them.
This is pretty much exactly where HLTV placed him. Not gonna lie, you gotta make more videos on device. I mean, yeah. What do I don't know, dude. I could make a video on device, but like device is a pretty normal story, I feel like. He was kind of a choker, then he wasn't a choker, then he won everything. Honestly, Astralis just ruined my life for so long, I've neglected to talk about any of them. Device and 100 Thieves, though? We'll see how that goes.
Any rounds that we can remember. Yakinder is one of 2 players on our list that has better stats versus top 5 teams than any.
He definitely doesn't. I was gonna say he definitely only has Yakinder, K-Serrado, Muller. There's no way he has Yuri on his list. I feel like Yuri would be way lower.
Other opponents. Can you guess who the other is? The most underrated performance, I think, from him this year was at Blast Rivals in Hong Kong. And because of time zones, not everyone saw it live, the core audience, but he dominated a 2.2 rating on Nuke, 30 kills on map 4 to close the night. This is
NA Trauma, absolutely 100%, dude. I can't talk about Astralis without getting like a little bit of anger in the back of my head.
Of Falcons as well, who beat Spirit and Vitality before the finals. Yakinder is someone who I was disappointed with before I realized that time on Liquid might not actually count either, as much as it hurts me to say.
Nobody's time on Liquid counts.
The entire time of
Nobody's
CS2,
time on
I
Liquid
wondered,
counts.
Of all players who fell off, all play styles that were successful, with Donk getting #1 in 2024, how could someone like Yakinder not be good at
That
this
clip was
game?
so insane.
And although he starts late, and although Furia did Falcons both majors, so to speak, it's not like Nico, who, with him, my expectations is that he finally overcomes these mental barriers to win his most important tournament of the year. The players on Furia, I feel like, have done nothing but impress. And even though they failed at those majors, I think they have bought themselves a lot of time before we're truly disappointed with them. And in those couple of matches, of course, there could have been more for Furia to get. But that's why I think Yakinder is somehow number 13, humbly.
Okay, number 12. Who's number 12? Probably Senzu. I think you guys are, a lot of people are saying Senzu 13. I think Senzu 12. Or Mezzi.
Everyone wanted K-Serrado to go international, so Furia brought international to him. The blueprint late.
K-Serrado 12? No, that's crazy. I'm sorry, Launders. That's crazy. $12 is way too low, no? We gotta hear his reasoning on this one. That's insane. The list has been great so far. But I have to see his reasoning for this.
Out by Junior has finally succeeded, and Furia finally have a lineup that K-Serrado can help shine. Much like Twist this year, proves by being a workhorse of consistency on a dysfunctional team that it was the team and not him. K-Serrado had 2 halves this year, won 3 lands, and an unreal amount of clutches. He brought his signature late round playstyle to an aggressive
What's the
core
reasoning, bro?
to make sure Furia were just as strong in the front as they were in the back. Nobody jiggle peaks like this guy.
Give me the reasoning why he's 12. All I'm hearing is glaze of why he should be higher.
Is as in tune with their opponents' tricks as K-Serrado is on LAN at all times. Congrats, K-Serrado. The best talent in Brazil since SK Luminosity is finally winning lands.
What? He doesn't even give a reasoning. He just glazes him. That's crazy. No, hell no, that's crazy. I can't believe he doesn't even give a reasoning why he's so low.
Finally winning land.
We're putting Zantares above Quesarado. We're putting Zantares above Quesarado.
Might be, of all the great stories this year, the story of the year, the top one story of the year. The meme is officially dead. Zantares has won PGL Bucharest, and just like Quesarado has proved that his playstyle is viable, that Turkey has talent, and that they do not have to go international to win. Zantares is the frag movie freak from a decade ago, the crosshair placement demon, the guy who must be cheating because he's too perfect. But now for the first time in his career,
What did this team do with Austin? Did they even make stage 3 at Austin? Nah, this is... I'm sorry, bro. This is crazy.
Top 10, half of that.
I know they stunk it up at Budapest. I forget how far they went in Austin. I guess, like, he was probably consistently better throughout the year, and Quesarado had a stronger end of the year, but, like, I'm shook. 1-3 in stage 3, 1-3 in stage 2. Guys, which is it?
In top 5 has finally brought glory to a country that has never had a peak like Brazil or Sweden or Denmark for that matter. The question is, will the new talent from Aurora's Academy League continue to be able to propel them further?
I'm gonna kill myself, bro. I say stage 2 or 3. Golem says 2-3 in stage 3-2. Okay, I've heard enough out of you, buddy. I've heard enough out of you.
Has this team given us their best CS and are on their last limbs? We'll find out how much more Zantares has for us in 2026.
Stage 3 Austin, stage 2 Budapest. Okay, so they were pretty... I mean, I guess at least they got to stage 3, but my goodness. Oh, and they got it from the VRS. Wait, you're totally right. So they literally didn't do shit at either major. I mean,
so that was
that's
a cool
tough,
crop,
man.
I feel like, of players, and I'd love to know what you think. Again, my favorite stories are obviously the fact that in terms of
the list has been really good up until I just simply have to disagree with Quesarado 12, Zantares 11. I just have to. I'm sorry.
Expectations, the career arcs that all these guys have had, winning lands for the first time, being competitive. With
Other than that, it's been a really good list.
Spinks,
I respectfully disagree,
but still not beating Vitality and Ykinder. I think he's got to be the most special of all. So yeah, that's it for this one. We'll be back with another couple of videos. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and that's it for top 15 to 11.
All right, let's watch the next one. Let's see where he goes in the next one. Ten to 6.
What's popular YouTube? It's top 10. It seems like this is just the 10. And
holy moly! Spoiler. I need to change my keybinds.
Ace-zone, drowning out the haters. Can't hear them. Gatorade. Top 20.
All right, who's 10?
January.
Who's 10?
Go to the HLTV award show to rein in who they've got for number 1. But
10 has to be Mezzi.
Is who I've got.
10 has to be Mezzi, unless he thinks Mezzi was better than Flames.
Top 10 through 6 coming up. We're looking.
This is the list so far. Wakadia, Nick. I really fuck with the Wakadia placement. I think Wakadia was mad underrated this year. Nico Ema, have you got a wonderful twist, Binksy, Kinderkiss? I mean, it's not a horrible list.
We're looking for
except like this geeks me a little.
You guys were happy about Heavy God, the People's Champ, on this list. You guys were happy about.
My guess is Mezzi number 10.
A shout out, but now it's more obvious. Now it's just about what order, right? You all know who's left, but who's going to be left the highest? Come on, I already did an explainer. Laos top 10 of 2025, 10 through 6 begins now. The Wakadia of top 10.
It was
Mongols'
Senzu.
finest. And after looking down the line at every Mongolian player,
I'm gonna stop guessing. I'm never gonna get this shit.
Get them to top 8 at Budapest. It does make you wonder.
What the fuck are we doing?
That's worked, and even seeing Control-S get them to top 8 at Budapest, it does make you wonder: is Senzu really in position?
What the
but Control-S
fuck is that from, bro?
Coming in. No one knows how long that will last, but we know that in Senzu's tenure, he captured the essence of Counter-Strike. The #1 player in the world for me at finding high-impact smoke spam and wallbang kills. And this capture...
I'm gonna be real. Dude, me next. Guys, I am okay, watching this and thinking about the year Senzu had, I am absolutely heartbroken that he isn't on Mongols anymore. This team and him as a player were so good, and I just don't I just like I don't want to be a pessimist. I just don't think he finds that same form on a different team. I don't think we're ever going to see Senzu being as good as he was on Mongols this year. I'm really, really not looking forward to it. Like, I'm genuinely really sad about this whole situation. It's gonna bring a tear to my eye, man. Fuck. I'm very scared he's gonna ruin his career. I totally agree.
Captures the spirit of Counter-Strike for me because I always say smokes are not walls, and even walls are not.
What team would gain a lot from getting him? I mean, depending on how good his English is, there's a ton of teams that could use him. If you're gonna like, obviously it's a risk because you don't know if this will happen, but if you're to like copy and paste Senzu's form from Mongols this year into another team, there are so many teams he would be an upgrade on. It's unbelievable. I mean, like what Shaggy said, G2 I think would be a good move if he can speak English well, and he has the same form he had in Mongols, but like he might also completely fall off in an international team. There's some players that just can't really play internationally.
Impenetrable. Great players in history know how to, with no space, no vision.
What? I forgot about Senzu mask, COVID,
and seemingly no options, still apply pressure. This is how Senzu can have a better
Pack it up, bro.
rating across his career. Now, before we began this list, I talked about players either exceeding or failing to meet my personal expectations, and I had a microscope on Senzu. He disappeared at the Shanghai Major.
Apparently, Senzu was considering becoming an opper. I did see that. I don't think... I brought that up, like, I think a stream or two ago, and I was kind of geeked. I was like, bro, he's going to ruin his career, I feel like. If he... Like, he's decent as a secondary opper, but as a main opper, I feel like that takes years to like ingrain into your brain to be a main opper. I feel like you can't just like make that switch from being a rifler your entire career. So I don't know, but I think it is just like if he has to. I don't think he actually will join a team and become an opper. I think he's just like he's willing to do anything to get on a team.
In the quarters versus Mao's, I'll never forget that day. And you go forward 6 months and he plows through Austin, only losing to Vitality in an honest game where, if we remember, it was 910 who was struggling. He's been a decent hybrid this year, an exceptional rifler, even though he's no longer on a team, creative, aggressive, and exceptional in clutches. Senzu, congrats. You are the best Asian ever.
Device was a rifler and then became an opper, I know. But like, I feel like that change took years and years to really... I mean, I guess it didn't take that long. I don't know. I just don't like the move. I just don't like the move. I'm sorry. I just don't like it one bit. Like, Device was really... I don't know exactly what year he did that switch. I know Device was opping pretty early on in CSGO. So, I don't know. Maybe he could make it work, but I'd rather just see him stay as a rifler.
Speaking of the best in their countries of all time, and just an overall great ambassador to their region, Mezzi...
Well, we were right about Mezzi and Senzu being right next to each other.
Apex called him recently in a tweet.
He switched in 2017 and was the highest ranked opper. Maybe, I don't know. Do you guys think it's as easy in CS2 as it was in CS:GO to make that switch? Maybe I'm being a little too pessimistic on the whole situation, but I don't know, man. I'm just geeked. Also, oh my god. Do you guys think Okay, this video is age restricted. Do you think this got age restricted because of this? I saw a tweet that someone said their entire video got taken down because he was using Counter-Strike footage, and there was gambling logos all over the place, and his video got just sniped. That shit's scary, bro. If one of my videos gets sniped because of Counter-Strike tournament footage, I'm gonna be pissed.
His best teammate of all time. Maybe that's because of the Falcons 1v4 Pro League, or was it
I don't know why else this video would be age restricted other than that. Nothing else makes sense.
not losing a single clutch to FaZe at Budapest? Did you see Inferno? FaZe, who have knocked him out of 2 majors in playoffs. Maybe it was dropping a 180 on the Mongols in the Austin final.
Evil Vitality.
Vitality needed Mezzi to win both majors and remind everyone why they're team of the decade so far. I put a high bounty on the pressure of turning the page on that story. Despite Mezzi being a part of a rising tide named Vitality, I'd say he had even more glamorous clutches this year than his teammates. Clearly a man of great attitude and another player who has
I don't know why I saw bro with the AK. I thought he just mowed his teammate down for a second there. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Skill and range in his
I just zoned out for a second, thought he just gave up.
Mezzi did not join this team looking for handouts this year and delivered consistently in key maps on both sides of the year.
Okay, number 8. Oh! Before we get there, this is going to be... Do you guys think he has Molodoy higher, the same, or lower than HLTV? This is frozen. This is 100,000% frozen.
Flamesy is somebody who you have to remember how critical he was for Vitality.
It's Flames.
First half of the year.
Damn!
Level, teams win over
He's got frozen top 7.
Besides clutches, there are no more impactful kills you can get in Counter-Strike, and unlike in clutches, you don't get a blank canvas
robbed.
with time on the clock, nobody in your ear,
Hooksy
no
robbed.
to work together with. With entering, it's the opposite. Go out and die. And if you get 1, we win. If you get 90 damage, maybe Zywoo can get 2. Without Flamesy this year, you just don't see the same team whatsoever. And I think between him and Mezzi, there are 2 players who are earning their pedigree while being on Vitality, where everyone else has earned it from previous teams. But the reason they solidify Team of the Year is because of the contributions of these 2 specifically. Following Senzu, another creative rifler that's not afraid of smokes, somebody who has been growing steadily every year since Endpoint, and winning more as he improves. I think you can directly relate Vitality getting a little worse in the second season with him falling off a little bit, and for me, that's why he's not higher. Got his ass carried a little bit at Budapest. I did have him at number 7 last year. Shots fired, bro. Oh my god. Was more dense this year.
All right, let's get past Flames, brother.
Spoilers. A beast at the Austin Finals, a front of the pack player that
I got nothing to add to Flames.
Put up crucial entries to set up the strongest team in CS2 history, and will be remembered as someone who actually did fill the enormous shoes of Dupree as an entry.
Is this Frozen or Molodoy?
Oh, Molodoy.
He's got Frozen top 6. The glaze is crazy. Oh, hold on, let me piss. Guys, I've realized the reason why I piss so much on stream is I just be chugging water, bro. There's just something about talking. I be chugging like I be chugging 3 or 4 of these every single stream. That's why I be pissing. And I think it's something to do with my pre-workout that I drink, because I work out right before I stream as well. Because I'm genuinely serious, guys. I do not be pissing this much normally.
Even though we've seen rookie number ones in the past 6 years, I gotta say,
Can I be honest here? Even though Molodoy was insane and had a couple MVPs this year, I honestly understand the Frozen above him placement. Just because Molodoy did fall off in big events, and even though FaZe was dog shit a lot of this year, Frozen was so fucking good. Like, throughout the entirety of everything. He didn't fall off like Molodoy did deep in tournaments. Even though they didn't make a lot of deep tournament runs,
none of them reminded me of Simple like you did.
I guess I can
Molodoy
understand. I
did
guess I
not
can
climb
understand.
this list out of stats. He didn't play the full year. He didn't have 2 good elimination games at the most important points.
Yeah,
at
see,
both
that's why, bro.
majors.
Molodoy gets dropped for his major performances in playoffs. They were pretty fucking bad. So I get it. I do get it.
We can't forget that. But what we will remember is the brazen, audacious, confident, flashy, and high-risk, high-return playstyle that brought Furia 3 quick trophies and a spot at #1 this year. And when I talk about flashy play, I don't mean he just jumped out there and did something stupid. Every single move he made was an option that I think most players wouldn't be able to recognize, wouldn't be able to act on, but when he pulled them off, showed us why it was the correct move. That's what reminded me of Simple. As a commentator for the first couple months, I had to bite my tongue in making the grand comparison to the GOAT of CSGO. Out of respect, by the end, I couldn't hold it in. My
Frozen played a whole year and still had less elite playoffs. I mean, well, I think this list isn't achievements, you know. This list is more just individual form. And I think you could argue Molodoy is better, and I think Molodoy would be better if it wasn't for the 2 playoff performances. The 2 playoff performances really fucking hurt him. Like, really bad. And Frozen was phenomenal in FaZe's run at Budapest. That single-handedly is the reason why these people aren't switched. Why Molodoy and Frozen aren't switched. It is literally just Budapest.
Expectations for Molodoy are enormous this next year because he's already proved so much. And just like with Shanghai Senzu, I don't want to see the stage get to him in a major quarter, but it truly seems like this is just the beginning for him, and there's no player on this list that out-opt every other elite opper more consistently or impressively. There's no other op in the world that brought back opening kills like Molodoy did to Furia. He's what I wanted from Wonderful with the attitude of Donk. Molodoy was Kobe this year, and I'm ready for more showtime.
With the attitude of Donk. Okay, I think that's a little. I don't think Molodoy had the attitude of Donk, but I get what he's saying. Number 6. Oh yeah, Frozen, right? Obviously.
Now we're getting into raw power as we near the end of this year's top 20. FaZe got eliminated by teams such as Virtus Pro and Foot this year. They went between Jacob,
Foot.
Rain, and
I hate that
Liege.
name, bro. I
And
geek every time
somehow,
I say it.
With almost what
Like, why is your
everybody
name
agreed
Foot?
was ubiquitously their worst lineup of the year, they had their only grand finals appearance, and that was at the Budapest Major. That's the only reason recency matters here. But if you'd like to take a time machine, Frozen this year was a kid from an orphanage that became a billionaire CEO.
Isn't Molodoy the only opera the last 3-4 years who's broken into tier 1? No, I mean 3-4 years. I get like Monacy was 5 years ago, so I guess he doesn't count, but I mean, there haven't been a lot of operas that have been like top 10 that I feel like have that have broken into the top 10. There's been a lot of good operas, like Wonderful was good, but he was on Spirit before, and he just joined Na'Vi recently. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Mondesi was 2022. Okay, well then, yeah, Mondesi. Hold on. I'll look at that. I'll look at that right after this video. I got like
Didn't
a
matter
couple,
what
just a couple minutes
ingredient
left.
you gave him, what teammates he had to work with, what mood there was on the roster. He fermented it and made it delicious. The piece de resistance of that Navi match in the semifinals at Budapest. He's one of 2 players on this list that performs better versus top 5 teams consistently. Frozen came from Mouse as the best player for Mouse on every
I mean, it's
single
valid
map
glaze.
in the
It's valid
portal.
glaze.
What FaZe
If
needed
you're playing
from
better
him
against
was
top
someone who
5
could
teams,
hold
you
the
deserve a
ship
little bit of
around that
glaze.
Rops left, going into Vitality.
You're a big
and
game
show
player at
even
that
more
point.
ability on early
Even though
and
FaZe stunk
mid-rounds.
all year.
And he did that. And he is still the best player on every single map. I think that with a team that sticks together, Frozen could have his best year on record in 2026. There you have it, 10 through 6. And you know what made this hard for me?
It's an interesting list. I like that he has his own list and there's an HLTV list. I think like the thing about this stuff, and it's like something that I've also realized, is you don't have to be right when talking about stuff like this. You just have to talk about it. That like is because this is just like fun stuff to talk about, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter if this list, if you agree with it or not, you're going to be talking about it or thinking about it either way. Like, it's just a fun topic to talk about. Just going out there and speaking on this stuff is interesting.
Portion of these videos, kind of like that. What made this hard for me was sample size. It was sample size. Was, you know, Molodoy made this hard for me. The guy who in the most important games in both major, like, how's Nico up there? Molodoy's this high up because Molodoy, I feel like, was way more impactful in way more rounds and way more tournaments and had way more wins. And, you know, but the majors are so important. But also, this is the expectations part of it. You know, with Nico, I'm expecting him to crest that one final hurdle of figure out how to win.
FY, we got the Own a Pixel clip in the background. BC game versus Alliance. What if Senzu opt for FaZe to replace Brokey? Pack it up, bro. I've heard enough.
In important games. He didn't do that this year. Molodoy, it's his first year ever. I mean, we saw Senzu figure it out one tournament after Shanghai. I'm sure 9-10, given one more tournament, will figure his. You know, who knows who's going to keep choking and not. But we've already seen Molodoy win. I'm also seeing a player who's just, this guy's just one of one, eh? So, anyways, I know he's super high up on mine, but I just can't look at him and go, everybody above him is better. I just can't do that. He's that guy. Also, how versatile is Frozen? Like, think about his situation this year and what he did. And if not for Budapest, I mean, it would have actually been... Budapest jumped him so many spots, and that's recency, but it's also a major, so it's tough. That one's a little tougher.
All right, I get it. All right, I got one more video, then I'm gonna play Face It today. I was gonna maybe do Among Us. I think Among Us tomorrow, because I didn't scratch the Face It itch yesterday. I only played one game, you know. Let me peep this Face It lobby. What are you talking about, Meep? Are you guys done? You just finished this game? All right, T side. A buddy went 3-10. Imp, the only one doing anything. Wub with a generational 0.76 RWS. That's big. That is big. CT. Holy mother of God. Oh my God. That is unreal. How long are you streaming today? Probably to like 7. So like 3 more hours. What map was this? Am I blind? It was over. Oh, it was Overpass. No wonder, bro. Overpass makes sense. Overpass makes sense. All right, one more video. Then I'm ripping Face It. This video is why 30 is too old for professional esports by Ride or Die. Which I think is an interesting topic because I don't think it is necessarily true. I think this is might just be a lie. Because Zantaras did just make the top 20. We just watched Buddy put him in at number 11. You got Kerrigan at 35. If you're calling, you definitely can, but I guess it depends on the esport. And I feel like it's weird with esports because, like, it's not like regular sports where you need that much of your, like, physical body doing the work, you know? It's mostly just brain.
This
So I don't know.
is Nolan Ryan, pitching his last ever Major League game after a 27-year-long career where he was selected for 8 All-Star teams, 2 Joe Cronin Awards, and even won the World Series in 1969. Nolan Ryan is 46 years old here. This is Kobe Bryant playing in his last...
Zantar's the only one. I guess that's true. Like, I just think in CS, it probably, if you're an AWPer, I think I totally agree. Unless you're Oscar. Oscar's the fucking GOAT, dude. But, like, I guess, like, if you're an AWPer or a star player, I, for the most part, agree. I think it's just you can over the age of 30, but you're not going to be, like, a mechanical demon, I guess, which is weird because you wouldn't think, you know, playing a game at a PC, it wouldn't matter that much. But it does. Apparently it does.
last NBA game at the age of 37, where he scored 60 points, something only 19 other players in their prime have done in the last 20 years. And here's Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl at the age of 43 as a starting
The GOAT.
quarterback. And then there's Ladislav Kovac, or Guardian, announcing his retirement from professional Counter-Strike at the age of 33. And Dupree at 32, Zeus at 31, Flusha at 30, and an ocean of countless other Tier 1 and Tier 2 professional Counter-Strike players stepping away.
Maybe he's onto something. Maybe he is onto something. A lot of greats did retire like right after they hit 30. I think it is just hard. Been loving the YouTube re-uploads. Been audio only listening while driving to work to job sites. Yo, fucking W. Dude, I honestly, one of my favorite things to do is listen to YouTube videos and drive sometimes. It's that is like, it's probably bad because like I do be glancing down at my phone too much, but God, sometimes when I do not want to be listening to music, it is so elite. It is so elite. I think there's a psychological factor to it. You'll get worse after you're 30. If you think you'll get worse, then you do get worse. I mean, like, that might be kind of part of it, but I don't think these players just think they're going to get shit after they turn 30, you know?
From the game before the age.
I think it does genuinely just... The game moves faster than you can, honestly.
25. The stark and undeniable difference in career longevity between esports and...
Advent! No, Advent! Ugh, we'll miss you, buddy. My fucking goat. I love this guy.
Is commonly attributed to declining mental capability, most notably reaction time. However, for those that are familiar with traditional sports, you may find it difficult to support this narrative. Every sport, if played at the highest level, requires a world-class level of mental acuity, physical ability, and years of training pattern recognition. If we take a look at the MLB or Major League Baseball, we see that nearly 40% of the...
This video is really well edited, by the way, as well. He did a really good job with this. I haven't really watched a lot of this guy's videos.
Players are 30 years or older, with an average league age of 28.7. In comparison, professional CS2 players that are 30 years or older only make up approximately 4% of Tier 1 pros. But this only...
That's crazy. 4%? Breast Milk is in the lobby? Yo, God bless, dude. Breast Milk was a fucking demon the other day. And the name Breast Milk is elite. Breast Milk. Trying to call out mid-game. Breast Milk is just, it's top tier, man.
It gets worse when we look at other esports. In League of Legends, none of the World Championship caliber teams have fielded a single player that is 30 years or older in several years.
Okay, so League is crazy to me. I can understand Counter-Strike because I feel like it is more like reaction time based. Is League really that also like reaction time based? I haven't really played it So I guess I don't know, but like this to me does not look as mechanic. I don't know, bro. I feel like Counter-Strike would be harder for a 30-year-old than League.
And the same goes for Rocket League and Overwatch. On the flip side,
You're fucking around and making teams by ages in 30 plus was just impossible. Maybe this guy's onto something then.
though, 15% of NFL players are 30 years or older. 34.1% for NHL, 19% for the NBA, 12% of the players in the English Premier League are 30 years or older. So if
So if you're
reaction
30
time
or older,
degrades
you're
so
fucked.
poorly between the ages of 20 and 30, why are there so many professional athletes being paid millions of dollars to play well within their 30s? I mean, you can't convince me that these baseball players do not benefit from having elite level reaction times. And if it got so bad with age, why aren't these teams trading out their 29-year-old shortstop with a 19-year-old talent like most esports teams do? Well, a peer-reviewed study conducted by researchers at the University of Arizona, University of Miami, and Norway's University of Science and Technology shows that reaction time actually only degrades by an average of 3 to 6 milliseconds per year. So over the course of a decade, you can expect your reaction time on average to decline at least 30 milliseconds. But there's another cognitive process that I bet you've never heard of before. But before we get into that, let's talk about the sponsor of today's.
Yo, I think I'm actually gonna steal this idea. I had a lot of fun making the Counter-Strike World Cup video. Chips in. I think I'm going to rob your idea and do the same thing I did with the Counter-Strike World Cup, except make teams by age. I think that would actually be really interesting to see what happens and how good the teams turn out.
Video. Today's video is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training.
Is it bad if I skip these? I'm kind of just like watching their content and they don't really get anything out of it. So like, should I at least watch their ad?
Platform
Nah.
Actually, your understanding is that
I don't got
all
time for this.
cognitive processes share a linear decline once you're past your early 20s.
Can you link this video? I could probably do it in the description. I can do it in the YouTube description when I'm done for sure. I can link all 3 videos.
While this is
I'll
true
have to do it after the video gets posted though. I don't know how long YouTube takes to process it.
for some cognitive processes, it actually isn't the definitive rule across the board. Back in 2015, Laura Germain and Joshua Hartstone, 2 PhD students at Harvard University at the time, were able to test 48,000 volunteers. These volunteers were given game-like tests to measure things like cognitive skills, processing speed, memory, emotional cognition, and some.
For the 30 plus team, you could do Kerrigan, IGL, Device Op, and Zantaras. I mean, bro, considering like 30 plus, I feel like that doesn't really sound that bad. Kerrigan, IGL, Device Op, Zantaras, Rifler. I feel like you could do a lot worse than that, to be honest. Old Op on my team was 38 and a half. What? What the fuck? Yo, that's actually fire, bro. He had a kid and everything.
Something that's called crystallized intelligence. What they discovered was surprising. It was discovered.
Dude, that's so like. I don't know anyone like in my personal life. I don't know anyone over the age of 30 that like plays video games a lot. So like hearing someone that's almost 40 with a newborn grinding like Counter-Strike ESEA, this sounds like so fire to me. Like I know that motherfucker is a cool ass dude in real life.
That in your late teens, cognitive processing speed is at its fastest, which is essentially your brain's ability to store, understand, and acquire information as it's presented to you. Then in your early 20s, your ability to learn and remember names peaks. In your 30s, you're at your best when it comes to facial recognition. And by 45, your social skills will be at their best. And then finally, at
You should work with B-Trams to make a Jimmy Highroller S season score ranking of the all-time highest rated CS seasons. Dude, I've seen a couple of Jimmy Highroller videos. They are lit. I know a lot of people shit on him on Twitter for like not knowing ball, but his videos are really, really entertaining. He does a really good job with them. Also, B-Trams is sick. I see a lot of B-Trams stat pictures on Twitter, and they're really, really, really cool. He does a good job.
65 or older, your verbal knowledge is at its best, which is probably why Grandpa was so goddamn good at crosswords. But something in the middle of all that, which peaks in your 30s, is called short-term memory or working memory. Working memory is the
What?
ability to hold and manipulate information over short periods. This is what fuels your ability to make decisions in games as well as multitask. This is exactly why some of the best callers
Holy shit. So that's why as soon as you turn 30, you have to become an IGL or your career is over? You turn 30 and you just all of a sudden become a mastermind genius? You can control the entire game like it's nothing? I actually did not know that.
in any game are in their late 20s or early 30s. And this is likely the reason why professional athletes can remain dominant in their sport well within their 30s. Elite level working memory, accompanied with over 2 decades of experience, range stronger than a 19-year-old with 60 milliseconds faster reaction time. So if
Kerrigan's son's donk. This whole video is saying Kerrigan's son's donk. Holy shit, I knew it was true.
it isn't the declination of cognitive abilities, then what is it? Well, it's the one thing that fuels most, if not everyone's lives. Money. This is Faker, a League of Legends player. It's speculated that he is the highest paid esports athlete in the world outside of prize money, of course. Because of a non-disclosure agreement within his organization, like most esports athletes, it's impossible to pinpoint his exact earnings. But it's rumored he is making anywhere from 2 to 7 million US dollars per year. So for simplicity, we'll just assume he's earning at least 5
Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know jack shit about Faker. I just hear he's the GOAT of esports. Is this dude really better than Simple?
million a year. And this is Stephen Curry, whose contract information is available to the public and is set to earn 60 million US dollars this year. This means that the highest paid esports athlete in the world is paid 91%
60 million, nothing to a
less
brother
than
like
one of
me.
the highest paid traditional sport athletes. But this is only a discrepancy at the highest level. After all, I wouldn't have an issue living off $5 million annually, let alone 1 million. Where the real issue
Your old team was 38, 30, 35, 25, and you as the baby at 23? My God. Holy shit. Yeah, so Buddy decided to help the retirement home out for a little bit. That's kind of sick. Simple, not even the GOAT of CS. I know, it's Zywoo now. I'm just so used to comparing everyone to Simple. I've done it my entire existence.
lies is towards the bottom half of esports players. Most tier 2 esports organizations are only
One of them played at World Cyber Games? No fucking way. Wait, that's actually lit.
capable of paying their players 1,000
Who do we think is the highest salary in CS? I think it's Simple on BC Game. I think I had this conversation before because I thought it was... I was trying to say that, like, the players on Falcons are making a lot of money, but, like, the really good players in Counter-Strike, like Zywoo and Donk, are making, like, comparable money on their own orgs, if I had to guess. But then someone said that Simple is making 120k a month, apparently, in BC Game. So I think it would probably be him.
to 5,000 US dollars per month. This, of course, is dependent on which esport we're talking about. And as a comparison, the NBA, or the National Basketball Association,
BC pays more than Falcons? I don't think to all their players. I think just I think just Simple. Doesn't Nico have 100k a month salary? I didn't see that, but I did see that, like, I know Zywoo makes like 80k a month on Vitality. Yo, thank you for the follow, Gooler. I don't know, you did Twitch too. We stream every once in a while. But, like, I know, like, the top players, most players, like, the players in Mouse Sports are probably making nowhere near the players in Falcons are. Like, Nico and Monacy definitely are making more than the average player by far. But I know, like, the best of the best players in the world, like Zywoo, are also making, like, 80k a month. Like, they're making insane money. But, yes, compared to most players, like, Nico and Monacy are making fucking bank on Falcons. And it's probably not close to a lot of players.
requires teams to sign rookies with 0 league experience, a minimum of 1.2 million US dollars. But what about players that aren't tier 2? What about the run-of-the-mill tier 1 player who's capable of holding their own?
I thought I was watching a Dupree clip. I didn't realize I was watching Sticko Son Virtus Pro.
on an international level. Well, fortunately for
Oh
us,
my
Stico,
Lanta.
a former professional CS2 player, posted a video a few years ago where he shared his annual earnings. In the video, he explained that his contract during 2023 paid him 150,000 euros a year.
Like, are you guys seeing this shit right now? This is unbelievable.
That translates to 12,500 euros a month, which is about 175,000 US dollars and over $14,000 per
Bro,
month.
this is
amount
unreal.
of money is well above what I would consider a livable income, and this money isn't even mentioning alternative streams of revenue these players have. Stico ended up claiming he earned well above that figure due to sticker money from the major, as well as sponsorships and prize earnings. If I were him, I would want that money to
Bro, these
come
players
in
are
as
making so
long as
much.
it can. But how long is that? In early 2024, Stico was eventually removed from the organization that he played for. Because of this, if he didn't find another team, sticker money from future majors would no longer be his. And because he wasn't on an active tier 1 roster,
That's for Stico. Imagine how much someone good would make. Well, that's on Apex as well, right? Like, that's unreal. Unreal. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I know, like, these fuckers are making, you know, 70, 80, 90K a month. A month on these top teams, which I guess compared to, like, actual professional sports players isn't really that much. But it still seems crazy to me. It seems unreal.
I would assume sponsorship deals would also likely slow down.
Plus, yeah, you do make bank from, you know, then you have a career in streaming. You're going to get like, if you're a good pro player, you're going to get a decent amount of viewers on Twitch. Plus, you make thousands, tens of thousands, I think even hundreds of thousands of dollars off sticker money. Like, it's unreal how much you can make.
Fast forward to today, Stico is not an active member on any Counter-Strike team, but rather has shifted his focus towards content creation and streaming. But Stico's story isn't unique to himself. A bad year, accompanied by being dropped by your current team, highlights the unfortunate truth that job instability is a very real thing in esports. Alongside this, the grueling schedule of practice, playing, and international travel year-round is why countless other players experience burnout, which cannot be compensated by the average tier 1 salary. Guardian, the Counter-Strike player mentioned earlier in the video, ended up saying, "I was burnt out. It was time to focus on something else in life." Dupree said, "The main reason is my family at home. I want to spend more time."
I've heard this
with my
argument a lot for why, like, you're just not as good as 30 as well. It's like a lot of 30-year-olds do have have families and shit like that. Like, you just have other things. You're not worried about being a professional esports player when you hit 30. And I mean, if you're making like this type of money, if you're making 20K a month, which a lot of these guys were not making in like 2014, 2015. But like as of today, if you're making that kind of money, you probably can retire around 30.
kids. Flesher also ended up claiming that he lacked motivation and that it wasn't fun. So,
If you're getting paid that for a couple of years, it's weird because you can make that for like a year and get cut and never make that kind of money again. So it's like, I don't know, dude. It sounds stressful as fuck, to be honest with you. If I was like a professional player and you never know if you're going to get cut and just not make money anymore, and then you might just have to go months and months and months with just like no salary, that's sketchy as fuck.
why are there hardly any Counter-Strike players or even esports players above the age of 30? Well, it has nothing to do with mental acuity, but rather a criminally...
Hate how we'll never know the real burnout. I mean, bro, a lot of these players, like, it's kind of sad. They probably played this game a shit ton and got good because they love the game. And I'm sure they probably do still love the game, but I'm sure a lot of players get burnout because it doesn't even feel like a game. Like, it's literally, it's your job, right? You have to travel around the world. Like, Counter-Strike has so many tournaments throughout the year if you're like a top tier 1 pro. Like, this shit is not, after a certain point, it's just not going to be that fun for you anymore. Like, you're going to have to force yourself to get on. It's going to feel like a job. And, like, you're going to have to play and prac. It's just, I mean, it's a whole thing, man. Like, I'm not saying it's like an incredibly evil job. It's not like you're going into coal mines, but it's, you know, you are going to get burnt out a lot from, you know, just forcing yourself to play this game every single day.
underdeveloped infrastructure, which is set as the industry standard, as well as an unpredictable level of job stability, which is largely attributed to lack of player
Some NFL player, I was planning to do that, but
rights.
I think I'm
Every
making
other
Meep
sport
wait
has
longer than I
player
thought I was gonna have to
unions.
make him
The
wait.
NHL founded their player association in 1967. The NFL did theirs in 1956. NBA in 1954. MLB in 1966. And the English Premier League in 1907. These unions not only give players more rights, but as a whole can bargain for fair and honest salaries and revenue.
What? I did not know that Saudi had no. Is it no taxes at all or just no income tax? What the fuck? If Nico and Modesty are making 80, 90, 100K a month with no taxes, that is unbelievable. I mean, oh my god.
Revenue splits. In contrast, 18-year-old players, or sometimes even younger, have to navigate the esports landscape on their own, often signing contracts that are really not in their best interest. I can't be the only person who sees these contracts associated with a non-disclosure agreement and think something's fishy here. These unions don't just operate on a negotiate once policy, but rather represent players through their entire career and
no income tax? I mean, no income tax is still insane.
Present them in disputes. They even protect player image and commercial rights so you don't show up on a CSGO roll ad without your knowledge or consent. These unions
Garmer salary leak when?
So you're not required
Never,
to
bro.
practice
Over
80
my
hours
cold
a
dead
week
body.
and then be expected to travel to Budapest.
I'm secretly getting paid by Falcons under the table. But I'm not supposed to tell you this. Why do you think they hop in my chat sometimes? I can't share this information though, or how much they pay me.
And what really benefits these athletes is the life after sport support they receive, whether it be financial advice, mental health counseling, or simply transition support. All of these things are missing in the esport industry and is largely the reason why we as fans see such an unpredictable landscape and why the players usually are forced to walk away.
All right, W video, bro. W video. All right, time for Face It, fellas? Your friend uses Dubai to tax dodge on his business? That's just insane. I gotta move to a new state, bro. There's some states in the U.S. that get no income tax, like Nevada. Fuck, I gotta move to Nevada. This was your teammate? Meep? Chaos.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this because I didn't go to many of the UK lands back in the day. Because first of all, I'm from.
You should have told Buddy to shout you out, or did you not know him when he did this?
Secondly, I was also poor.
3 years ago. I was fairly recent.
People don't know train tickets are ridiculous in the UK. They are to this day.
All right, it's Face It time. I'll join the call in a second, bro. Hold on. Let me start my anti-cheating shit. YouTube, we're